Hello, this is Dr. Michael Erickson, pastor of Big Bear Foursquare Church, and I have something for you today that I hope will be very helpful. It's a quick start on how to select a Bible translation and what to look for. Things I want to share with you today is that there are many translations out there and many that are reliable, and each one has really a purpose for you reading and studying it. Some are more literal, such as the New American Standard Version, especially the recent editions, and the English Standard Bible, which is more literal. Then you have some that are in the middle between literal and free-flowing in the English language, things like the New International Version and its later editions. Some that favor the English vernacular and language that we speak today more than they do the original languages are things like the New Living Translation. Also, I want to clarify that paraphrases and translations are different. Paraphrases are in the voice and vocabulary of the author, such as Eugene Peterson in The Message, Kenneth Taylor in the Living Bible. You have Moffat, Williams. You have a lot of paraphrases which give you the thoughts that are generated by the author and not necessarily using the Greek or Hebrew text as a reference for their writing. Along those lines, you have also philosophies and reasons for the translation and what the importance of the translation and what it's trying to communicate is trying to bring forth. So I want to get into some things to show you, first of all, actually to really help you to look and see what's behind a translation as philosophy and how it came about. Every translation has a preface. And in the preface tells you about the translation committee, the philosophy behind it, how the references it's going to use for the Hebrew, for the Greek, the texts that are going to be used, and also what you're to read it for. It's some are designed for theological study in the literal Greek and Hebrew. The most literal translation being that of the Young's translation, but it's not very coherent in the English language and some of those issues. And so we have different things that the translations are trying to get across. One of the things that I want to share with you is that, first of all, if you're going to entertain the possibility of a translation that's out, that you read the preface and you read it with some questions in mind and find out what is behind this translation. So I'm going to turn the camera around because I want to show you a few things right now. Okay, there I go. I've got 3 Bibles out that I've been looking at the introduction, the preface of the translations. And my favorite introductions actually the New Living Translation, the English Standard Version, and the Holman Christian Standard Bible. And in these translations, they will tell you, like the Holman Study Bible here is that textual basis of the study Bible, the goals of the translation. In the English Standard, it says translation philosophy, and in the New Living Translation, the philosophy and methodology of translation. Give you an example, the New Living Translation is an actual translation where its predecessor, the Living Bible, was a paraphrase, and they're totally different in that aspect, but they're also very much cousins and related in what they want to accomplish. So read the preface. If you are part of the King James family and New King James family, read the preface as well and see why they translated what they did in the day. And so I'm going to give you some things that I look for in the introductions. First of all, I want to know what Hebrew texts that they use. And this is Rudolf Kittle's Biblia Hebraica, which Kittle was the first one of the first ones to put manuscript notes, footnotes, at the bottom of his Biblia Hebraica. He started in the 20s and was published in around 1937. And his son is famous for the Gerard Kittle for the Kittle's Theological Dictionary that we so much depend on today. Different editions have come out. Biblia Hebraica Studentia, which came out in editions of 1977 and 1983, and the latest in the 5th edition really is essential for the study of the Old Testament. These should be in the preface for any type of credible manuscripts in the Old Testament, and you'll find that every preface will tell you what they are using. For the New Testament, this is Nestle's Greek New Testament, which is in the 27th edition now, and it's the basis for all the wonderful work that's gone into new translations to get us the most reliable readings of the New Testament. Nestle and United Bible Societies, which I'll show you in a minute, are based on over 25,000 manuscripts and actually footnoted there in each one. Now, this is the United Bible Society's Greek text, and it's in the 4th or 5th edition now, and it has manuscript evidence as well. These two should be in your notes, in your preface. They should clearly state I'm so sorry for that. I was trying to share with you something and my camera went out. So, backing up a little bit here, the Biblia, the Nestle's 27th edition of the Greek New Testament and the United Bible Society's 4th or 5th edition. Sorry for that blooper. When you have the Biblia Hebraica, Nestle's 27th edition, and United Bible Society's for 5th edition, you'll find that specifically mentioned in the New Living Translation, the English Standard Version, and the Holman's Christian Standard Bible. So because of that, these three translations have a platform to stand on for manuscript reliability. The ones that do not are the ones that are based upon Erasmus Greek text, the text, Stephen's Greek text of 1551, the Textus Receptus, the majority text. Let me tell you about these texts. The Textus Receptus and majority text, they call them majority because they were based upon 16 main manuscripts, and they would look at the reading of the 16. Instead of getting the best reading, what they did was they took the majority reading instead of the best reading. So the majority text use that system, Textus Receptus, based upon 16 major manuscripts. Nestle's Greek text, United Bible Society's Greek text, over 25,000 comparisons. Kittle's and the 1977 edition, 83, and the 5th edition that's now in print, several thousand Hebrew notations. So when I look into a translation, I'm looking for something that is based upon the Biblia Hebraica, the Nestle's 27th edition, and United Bible Society's 4th or 5th edition. With that being said, there's all these translations that are coming out. If they come out, like, I'll give you an example. In 1995, I was so excited that the new King James Version come out until I read the preface and found out that it was based upon the Textus Receptus and the majority text, and to me, losing all of its credibility as a basis for translation. So I'm going to tell you that read the preface, ask the questions. First of all, I would say, are these three texts the foundation of these translations? And if the answer is yes, then you could proceed to see how it reads for you. In a lighter sense, what's the best translation for you? The one you'll read. But seriously, the translations must be based upon the three best texts for Biblia Hebraica, Nestle's 27th edition, and United Bible Society's 5th edition, 4th or 5th edition. It's kind of hard to do, trying to get you all these notes and things like this, but let me turn this around. Well, I hope that this has been helpful. I know that there was a blip or two, and that happens, I think, but I hope overall you get the idea of what's happened here, and I hope it's been helpful. Let me know in the comments what you think, and if you think I need to redo this because of how I did it in video, I'm not afraid to do that. So thank you so much. God bless you, and talk to you soon.